cable line that went along the ocean floor to Cuba. And in front of us, in the corner right here on our left, is the southernmost point in the continental United States. On this marker right here, we are 90 miles from Cuba. Right now, we are closer to Cuba than we are to Miami. Miami is 156 miles away from us. And that statue in front of us on our left is a statue of Bishop Albert Key. Bishop Key, he was the spiritual leader for the Bahamian community here in Key West, and he was also a local icon. After his passing, the city honored him by erecting that statue about 3 years ago. And on our left, on the other side of this cast iron fence, is a naval air station Truman Annex. On this naval base is where the new southernmost house is the base commander's house. And in front of us, on the corner on our left, on the white wall where it says Naval Air Station Truman Annex, to the right of the word annex is a plaque. That plaque was put there to honor the very first Marines that came to Ireland in 1823. They were the sharpshooters on Commodore Perry's vessel when it was going after pirates. And now we're entering Gatto village. It's Juanito Gatto. He had the largest cigar factory here in Key West. Mr. Gatto built the very first trolley system on Ireland in 1846. It was mill pool. He used it to transport his employees back and forth from work. Mr. Gatto's village extended 4 blocks in front of us, about a block behind us, and about 4 or 5 blocks to the left of us. Mr. Gatto, he built most of these buildings in his village for his employees' housing. He even built entertainment complexes for his employees. He even had a health plan for his employees. Mr. Gatto's Cigar Factory was one of the very first integrated workplaces in America, where whites, blacks, Cubans all worked side by side. We had a disastrous fire in Ireland in 1886, and that fire of 1886 devastated Key West. It destroyed 80% of all the structure that was in Ireland at that time. That fire pretty much ended our cigar industry by itself. Our cigar industry was lured away to Ybor City and in Tampa, where they got better land deals and tax incentives. And in front of us, on our right, where that blue sign says La Tida, in the earlier days it was known as La Teresa del Marti. On that second-story terrace, a La Teresa, Cuban revolutionary Jose Marti used to give his famous speeches to the large Cuban community in Key West. Senor Marti's grandson was Cesar Romero. He was a Joker on the original Batman series. And now we're traveling down the Ball Street. And the Ball Street is the main street here in Key West. It's a mile and a half in length. It was named after William Polk Ball. He was Florida's very first civilian governor. And our main cuisine here in Key West is conch. And you spell conch, C-O-N-C-H. But you do not pronounce it the same way it was spelled, because then you want to say conch. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to go to none of our restaurants and say that you want some conch fritters or conch salad. Because if you pronounce it that way, they're going to know you are a tourist. And they will give you the tourist price. If you haven't figured it out by now, I'm going to tell you the inside secret. We have 2 prices here in Key West. We have the locals price and we have the tourist price. So if you act a certain kind of way, you say things a certain kind of way, they're going to think you're a tourist. I mean, a local, they may give you the local's price. And so, if you say things the right way, like if you say conch, you spell it K-O-N-K, like a conch on the head, you might get the local's price. And